Welcome to HDTV. You're now rocking with your boy. Is it time to trade Alvin Kamara? Breathe in slowly, New Orleans Saints fans. Hold it for about 1 second and then slowly exhale. Is it really over? The consistent great play in the regular season, the protracted runs in the playoffs, and the overwhelming expectations of bringing home a Lombardi will now be a thing of the past, at least for now. The Saints are in an uncomfortable and uncommon position. The first domino to fall was that of quarterback Drew Brees in 2020. Once he threw down his helmet, ripped off his Saints uniform, and threw on his suit and tie to become an on-air commentator, the Saints were in trouble. In their first season without him, the franchise was all over the quarterback map, with 4 different signal callers making a start at some point during the season, the most in the NFL. They struggled in the passing game. In fact, struggling would be putting it kindly, as they ranked dead last in passing yards per game with 187.4. Of course, everything could change with the signature of one great quarterback in the offseason, but will the Saints get one? It seems doubtful, so with no one of the note seemingly making their way to New Orleans, the franchise should wipe their tears and deal all-world running back Alvin Kamara. Much like every other year of his career, Kamara was used in every way possible on the field, from pass-catching situations to rushing the ball out of the backfield. The Saints did whatever they could to get him to rock. As a result, Kamara was named to his 5th consecutive Pro Bowl thanks to 898 rushing yards and 439 receiving yards. Kamara is the perfect player to get a team over the championship hump. New Orleans would be better off shipping him away and receiving the draft capital they need in order to start from scratch. On paper, Kamara's current deal wouldn't be considered a burden on any franchise. The do-it-all back is signed through 2025 and will make $14.5 million in 2022, $14 million in 2023, $14.8 million in 2024, and $25 million in 2025. By the time the 26-year-old reaches that final year, it'll likely be restructured. Nothing is going right for the Saints. Not only are they in quarterback hell, but with Michael Thomas seemingly indifferent about the franchise and Sean Payton stepping down from his coaching duties, they face an arduous rebuild to help speed up that painful process. However, the Saints could trade Kamara. It's the right thing to do no matter how painful it is. Now, the person who wrote this article was Hans Themistode. He sound like he don't know nothing about football. Look, if I'm the Saints, all I need is a quarterback and an offensive line. That's it. A quarterback and an offensive line, another running back, probably another receiver. Defensively, they're set. They're ready on defense. I wouldn't rebuild. If they ought to get Eric Bieniemy. If they get Eric Bieniemy and get a quarterback down there, they'll be right on point. What quarterback you say? Heck, they could go after Russ. Crybaby Rodgers would be out there, but I don't know if they'll go for him. Crybaby's probably going to Denver. And excuse me. And nobody hasn't said that Jameis might not return. Jameis could return. If Eric Bieniemy come, Eric Bieniemy could be like, yo, Jameis, you can come play another year. Because before Jameis got hurt, they were beating the Bucs, and they had a chance to be number 1 in the the NFC South. So I wouldn't give up on Kamara just yet. I would keep him. Like, to me, why would you even think about it? But it's not just this guy. It's other people out there that's saying this, that they should consider trading Kamara. I don't know. I don't think they should. I think they ought to wait. you know. So now, also in other news, James Harden decided to stay in in Brooklyn, and he might sign next year. The thing is, Kevin Durant wants him on the team, and I think him and KD had a talk, and KD knows once he gets back from his injury, this team could take off. And to me, they need some more depth at the big position. Behind Claxton, they need another center, and Kevin Durant is not ready to let Harden go. Like I said, if KD comes back, like I said before, I think this team will be fine. I don't think it's really a beef with Harden and Kyrie. I just think the other guys don't really like him like that because he, defensively and his effort wise, he doesn't really do that much. You know. But word has it is that even if he doesn't come back to Brooklyn, he not necessarily might go to Philly, which I think is bogus because his GM is there, the guy who, loves him to death. So, that's how I look at it. I don't, but he's not leaving this year and everything, which is understandable. It's understandable. We understand what's going on. So, but with this happening, and this is how I look at it. Do we believe that Brooklyn could bounce back with Harden staying, and even if let's say they have success this season, would that spell Harden would stay? I think he might. I really think Kevin Durant wants to play with James Harden. Like, he likes how he runs the floor. I just think the team just hasn't been the same because KD hasn't been there. KD's the glue. He's the piece to this team. This team goes as far as KD takes them. And that's the truth. So let me know in the comment section what you think. Should Alvin Kamara be traded? I think he doesn't need to be traded. I think Alvin Kamara ought to stay. I think he could really do a lot of things there still. There's nothing wrong with him. And James Harden wanted to stay. He basically said he wanted to stay, told the Nets he doesn't want to be traded. He wants to stay with Brooklyn. So does this mean that he'll be here even next year? I mean, depending on the success, I feel like of Brooklyn is going to dictate whether Harden stays or not. But I think if they don't do well this year, I think Harden might stay still. It depends on what Kevin Durant wants, because Kevin Durant wants him to stay. Kevin Durant already said it. He had no problem with the GM going to get him. He just had his concerns, but turned out to be nothing but media mumbo jumbo. So thank you for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, share this. Hit the notification bell to select all to receive upcoming notifications. And if you guys love what you hear, you can donate to the page by going to my description box and hitting the Cash App link. And that'll take you to my Cash App. You could donate $1. You could donate $1 million. Whatever you decide, man, we'll accept. So thank you guys for listening, man. And we are out. Live Boy and Deezy.